What's up, peeps? What's up? Back again at you at the whiteboard for yet another session behind the camera. Boyan, demo man, Chris, demo man, Chris. And yours truly, guys, we're gonna go into Tuesday's workout, the 7th of April. Today, we again have 3 parts for you, W1, 2, and 3. And we start off with a really nice traditional body weight workout that we usually do a lot in CrossFit. Right after that one, we're going to go into a glute combo. So you're going to be feeling the backside of the body today a lot. And then we're going to finish off with swole and flexi stretching. Guys, I know you guys are at home. You should be doing your stretches. Therefore, today we programmed that on the whiteboard for you. All right. Also a nice advanced workout for those that have the equipment and the ability to do so. But we'll come to that in a minute. All right. Let's get started. Today's workout is called typical. And why typical? Because it's your typical workout for body weight movements. We're going to go for 4 rounds, 4 time of 40 double unders and 20 goblet squats. So we have Chris here, who's in his home where he's not allowed to do double unders because he has some angry ass neighbors downstairs that already complained a lot. So he's going to do penguin drills instead. All right, so he's going to be jumping up and down, and when he's mid-air, he's going to try and touch his thighs using good timing. All right, so that's the double unders, followed by 20 goblet squats. He's going to grab a kettlebell, bring it up, and goes down into a good squat, holding the kettlebell close, and making sure that he has a full range of motion, where he has a big chest, and his knees are tracking his toes, and the hip crease goes below 90 degrees. And thanks. All right, so that's 4 rounds. Make sure you note your time because the score in Sugar Watt requires you to fill in 2 times. That's part 1. You take a 2-minute break, going directly into the second part, which is 3 rounds for time of 2 simple movements. We have sit-ups and burpees. Chris will demo you the 30 sit-ups, where he goes into full range of motion. Now, if needed, 1 second there, Chris, we can use like sort of simulating the ab mat using a pillow. He's going to put it on his lower backside and goes down into the full range of motion sit up. Touch the floor behind you and touch the floor in front of you. And thanks, Chris. All right, that's 30 reps followed by 15 burpees. So we have burpees, just the regular old burpees. When you go down, make sure you go all the way down with the chest on the floor. And when you jump up, you clap your hands above your head and rest. All right, guys, so this is really simple, basic movements that we have for this workout. That's why it's called typical, but if you speed it up, it'll get spicy. All right, guys, continuing with glute combo, W2, glute combo. We're going to be activating and using the glutes in this workout. It's going to be 5 rounds for quality, not for time. So we're going to use the glute bridge floor press and a single leg glute bridge in itself. So for the first movement, 10 reps of the glute bridge floor press. Chris today doesn't have access to any dumbbells or kettlebells, but he does have 2 trays of soda cans, in this case Nocco. He makes sure he positions himself properly to get into a floor press, but we're doing the glute bridge floor press, meaning he's using his glutes and his hamstrings and pushes the heels down into the floor to get into a good, nice position where his core is also engaged, and then he presses like a bench press the object up in the air. All right, for 2 more reps and 1 more and rest. Guys, make sure that when you do the glute bridge floor press that you really push the hips up because you want to keep engaging the posterior chain with the hamstrings and the glutes. All right, guys, if you've done the floor press, you're going to go straight into single leg glute bridges, 20 reps. That's 10 reps per side. Again, he's pushing his lower back into the floor, but when he comes up, he makes sure that he squeezes the butt when he's on top and then slowly releases it again back down. Also make sure that your knees are kind of aligned with each other, the left knee and the right knee. So when he goes up, the leg that's in the air remains up and doesn't go down. Also when he goes down for 1 more rep, when he pushes up, he pushes the heel into the floor and squeezes the butt before slowly returning to the starting position. And rest. So that's 10 reps per side, and we're gonna go 5 rounds for quality. All right, after this one, firing up the booty, we're gonna go for some good old stretches. It's called swollen flexi for a reason. We're gonna go, if you have the time, I would advise you to go for 3 rounds. If you don't have the time, at least try to do 2. We have 5 poses, yoga or romwat poses if you may, that you need to hold at least 90 seconds in every position. So we have the first move, it's a child's pose. All right, so for this movement, you want to make sure that your butt is touching the heels. So he's pushing backwards into the floor, and he tries to stretch out the arms completely, and his head is on the floor and tries to push down with his shoulders and holds this for 90 seconds. All right, this is quite a relaxing movement, so please make use of it to also relax yourself for 90 seconds. All right, thanks, Chris. For the next movement, we have the half hero stretch on the left side, followed by the right side. Now, this one is specifically Chris's favorite move because he does it all the time, and that's why he's so flexy, and he's gonna demo to us why he's flexy. All right, so one leg goes to the back, and the other one is completely straight to the front. Now, there's 2 ways of doing this. Either stretch to the front to get a good hamstring stretch, but you can also lean back. If you lean back, you're gonna get a quad stretch. But today we are doing the hamstring stretch, so he tries to lean forward as much as possible with a pretty straight back and a big chest to get full tension and stretch on the hamstring. And holds it there for 90 seconds, all right? So that's on the right side. Of course, you also do this on the left side. All right, ladies and gents, then we have the supine twist. Supine twist on the left side and the right side. First of all, he tries, oh no, it's on your back. En dan die kant op kijken. Juist. All right, he's gonna open up his hips. His right arm is pointing to the outside, and his left arm is kind of supporting has a supporting function because he wants to push the knee down as much as possible, so you get a twist of the spinal column, creating some pressure on the lower back, and tries to keep this position for at least 90 seconds. All right, Chris, if you look to this side, you want to make sure you watch that way to get the extra stretch. So if your knee is going that side, you want to make sure that you're looking to the other side. All right, thanks, Chris. So again, guys, this is both sides, so 90 seconds on the left, followed by 90 seconds on the right. So again, if you have the time, please take the time to do these stretches. Again, if you're not swollen flexi, you can lift all the weights that you want, but at one point, you will hit your ceiling if you're not flexi enough. All right, so please, this is very important. All right, guys, continuing with the advanced home workout of Tuesday, the 7th of April. It's sort of a mini chipper. We have 40, 30, 20, and 10 repetitions, but we do it for 2 rounds using only 1 dumbbell or 1 kettlebell. We have 40 snatches, 30 clean and jerks, 20 squats, and 10 burpee ground to overhead. All right, so we have a different variation types of all the movements. 40 snatches, again, we're using only 1 object, in this case a dumbbell, and those 40 reps, you can do them however you like, meaning you can alternate reps, or if you choose to do 3 reps on one side continuously, you can do so. So just keep one hand moving and working and rest, but as long as you make the 40 total repetitions, okay? Then for the 30 clean and jerks, please make sure the dumbbell has to go overhead, but there needs to be a clear moment where the dumbbell touches the shoulder for a good front rack position before you go to the overhead position. All right, so there needs to be a difference with the snatches. So there's the clean and there's the jerk. Again, touch the floor, clean and jerk and rest. Okay, so please make sure that it's different from the snatches because we're clean and jerking. Then 20 squats. Now this one has a requirement because normally you can, for example, do sumo squats by holding the dumbbell down, but in this case the requirement for you today is to keep the dumbbell above the chest line. So you can grab it however you want. I don't even care if you put it on your head, but it needs to be above the chest line. So Chris chooses any favorite position that he wants. Well, that's his favorite position of doing dumbbell squats. He holds it like a back squat and make sure to get the full range of motion and rest. Okay, so again guys, it's your choice how you do this, but please make sure you keep it above the chest line. Finishing off with 10 burpee ground to overhead. Now before we show the demo, the objective here is to hold or touch the object while doing a burpee and then get the object overhead. Now how you do this, that's up to you. You can either do it in a full snatch or bring it to the front rack position and then overhead. Let's see what Chris does. All right. Now to comment on this movement that he is using, it looks like a devil press, but using only one dumbbell. So that's also an option. He can also do it by doing a burpee, then bring it to his front rack and then push it overhead, like a clean and jerk. And rest, okay? So any technique that you like, that's perfectly fine. Even if you use two hands to bring it to the shoulder, as long as the lockout is done with one arm overhead, okay? Guys, again, one object. Guys, please try to get at least 20 kilos and the ladies 15 kilos if you have those. Okay, that's today's advanced workout. Let's continue to the warm-up. Today's warm-up is a Tabata, and the Tabata is basically 4 minutes of warm-up where we have 20 seconds of action and then 10 seconds of rest. Today's 4 movements are air squats, full range of motion, proper form, followed by the penguin drill to get warmed up for the double unders in W1. Then continuing to firing up those abs, the heel touches where he engages the core and touches the heels every time he rotates. And finishing off with push-ups, proper form, good hollow position of the body, full range of motion. And rest. All right, ladies and gents, that's today's workout. Quite heavy, quite tough, pretty basic also, but again, we hope you enjoy this from home and hope to see those results in Sugarwood or online. Chris, thanks. Boyan, thanks. Catch you later.